Born in Beirut in 1964, Keanu's early life was far from stable. His parents' marriage ended when he was just 3 years old, and his father disappeared from his life forever. Keanu, his mother, and his sister moved frequently because of this, never staying in one place long enough to feel at home. In school, he struggled with dyslexia, often feeling like an outsider, but it was acting that saved him. He found solace on the stage, and despite his academic challenges, he threw himself into the craft. By the late 1980s, Keanu was gaining recognition with films like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where his portrayal of the lovable, carefree Ted Logan won hearts. But it wasn't until 1999, with the release of The Matrix, that Keanu became a global star. His role as Neo, an ordinary man thrust into an extraordinary world, resonated deeply with audiences. His calm demeanor and stoic performance made him a cultural icon. However, the path to fame wasn't without personal tragedy. In the late 1990s, Keanu's life was shattered when his girlfriend, Jennifer Syme, gave birth to their stillborn daughter, Ava. Just 2 years later, Syme died in a car crash. These heartbreaking losses left deep scars on Keanu. Despite this, Keanu's career continued to rise, but even as his fame grew, he remained remarkably grounded. Keanu was never interested in the trappings of stardom. He lived a modest life, shunning the luxury that many of his peers indulged in. Instead, he was known for his generosity, both in his professional and personal life. He famously gave away millions of dollars from his earnings from The Matrix to the film's special effects team and bought motorcycles for the stunt crew of the films. He also quietly donated large sums to cancer research in honor of his late sister, who had battled leukemia. His kindness wasn't just limited to grand gestures. Keanu would often be seen riding the subway, eating alone at a cafe, or simply chatting with strangers. Stories of his selflessness spread, and Keanu's reputation for kindness grew over the years. He was a rare Hollywood star who remained humble, treating everyone from fans to crew members with equal respect. But Keanu never sought the limelight for his acts of kindness. He remained content with his quiet life, far from the celebrity machine that often chews up and spits out its stars. He was the actor who would sit alone in a coffee shop, peacefully sipping his drink, and if you didn't know him, you might never guess he was one of the world's most famous stars. Through all of his highs and lows, Keanu Reeves stayed true to himself. A man who had known deep pain, Keanu used his fame not to elevate himself, but to help others and quietly live a life of integrity. His journey not only shows the importance of resilience, but also of showing kindness in a world that often overlooks it. As he once said, "The simple act of kindness, the simple act of love, is what makes a difference."
You wrote a poem for a book, right? And I love this poem. Do you mind if I read it? It's called An Ode to Happiness. I draw a hot sorrow bath in my despair room with a misery candle burning. I wash my hair with regret shampoo. After cleaning myself with pain soap, I dry myself with gorgeous white. When the hue has gone blue,
and you can't quite grin and bear it, let this word picture remind you it can always be worse.